welcome, Fret Talk Podcast listeners. It is episode number 330 of the Fret Talk Podcast. You are here with your host, Mr. BudgetPedalChap. You are joined this week by, oh my gosh, who is that? It is Josh.
It's Josh.
It's Joshy. Hey. Fresh off a Pedal Boards of Doom video from last week. You can.
Sorry, I couldn't be there.
No, it's all gravy. It's all gravy. Like we chatted over it anyway, and it's fun the fact that it annoys Lee so much running these less than scrupulous, cheaper pedal brands. So I'm all for it. But we are also joined this week by Mr. Matt Wine. Say hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Yeah, he did the thing. Yes.
Did the thing.
Yes. Like classic Fret Talk lineup this is. And our next podcast, the one that will be coming out a week after this, if you look at your calendars, dear people, you will notice that is Mo fucking Christmas Day. So our next two podcasts will be the gear of the Annum, guitar stuff of the Annum, should I say. So that I'm just front loading our podcast this week with the kind of plan. It means that hopefully we won't actually have a week off this holiday season for the Fret Talk podcast. We usually have either 1 or 2 weeks of not recording, but it should see us through into the new year now because of how Christmas has fallen, which is quite nice. So yeah,
we still need to work out where we're going to record it though.
yeah. We've got some ideas. Like me and Josh were talking about it when you were sorting out your internet. So we'll talk about that after the podcast, maybe even on the page, just so page people have got a little inside. But yeah, so it is episode number 330 of the Fret Talk Podcast. We have got a cornucopia of hosts this week, and we've got a little bit of news. There's been a little bit of exciting stuff happening this week. It's like end of year guitar drama, which is kind of cool. But we will be going over that germanium flavored slice of controversy just a little moment. We've got, of course, a little bit of housekeeping to start off with, and our pleasure to mention our sponsor this week, which is affordboard.co.uk. They bring you pedals from such companies as DemonFX, JSA Effects, Mosky, Joyo, 4D and Caline at amazing prices. They're a UK company with all their stock ready to ship in fantastic recyclable packaging and with a real bang tidy little affordable stamp in the inside of your packaging as well, which is beautiful. Check them out at affordable.co.uk. Yeah. So, our usual this week. So the way that we usually do it, that we've been doing it for the past couple of weeks, is where we start off with shit news of the week. We will still do that. We will start off with shit news of the week. However, what we're going to do, I think we might even do the big boy bit of news smack bang in the centre, because it's a big chunky boy of news, isn't it? It's a big chunky boy. But of course, tradition dictates that we talk about the shittest news of this week. And it can only be one company, can't it? It can only be Epiphone.
I think since we've done the shit news of the week, I think they must have like 6 of 8 of them or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, maybe what we'll do, like starting into the new year, is have like our version of the Razzies. And whoever gets the most shit news is like wins an official Fret Talk Razzie. Because I think Epiphone have got it this week. So Epiphone are releasing a guitar that they've released 5 times this year. Essentially, if we want to be concise about it, so they're bringing out the final Adam Jones Les Paul with the artwork on the back. So they started off releasing like the Epiphone Adam Jones without any artwork on. Then throughout this year they've released a bunch of like different artworks, basically just on the back, where they're going to get rubbed off with your belt if you're playing the actual guitar.
Well, I mean, they're Epiphone, so they won't, because there'll be 3 inches of lacquer on it.
I mean, yeah, fair cop. Fair cop. But like in terms of putting artwork on a guitar, not the best place to put it.
Yeah, it's not like it's visible when you're playing unless you're a see-through human.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of like the impact of the artwork, it will only ever be seen when you're not playing the guitar. It's more likely to get rubbed away like, after many, many, many hours of use. Yeah, and the artwork, if I'm honest, bit shit. So,
isn't it artwork that he's drawn himself?
No, there's been a bunch of artists. I think his wife was one of them. Which,
right? Okay.
I mean, I smell a bit of a scam here. There's a bit of fraud going on. But this last one,
honest, babe, I'll do that special thing if you put me on your guitar.
I mean, maybe it was like a tie-in with a birthday and anniversary all rolling into one. Who knows? I don't know the dynamic of their relationship. I'm not even.
It must be like imagine knowing him being tall. It's probably like 3 thrusts, then 4, then 9, then 8.
I mean, I can't confirm nor deny it. I'm not even sure if it is his actual wife who did the artwork. So, I mean,
Mrs. Jones.
Yeah.
Like, so we haven't mentioned, but this one is another bee flavoured one. Were they all bee flavoured, or is it just the first and the last one that is bee obsessed? Like, is he obsessed with bees? Is that a thing? Because I googled "Does Tool sing songs about bees?" and it has. It's not a question that's been asked on Reddit before, even, which means it's probably not a thing.
Yeah.
You're going to get one of those Google awards now, when you'll be the first person to officially Google something.
Yeah, a Google whack. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, you might do. Yeah, the Google award for...
just get an email through and a little gold plaque is coming through.
That's it. What are Adam Jones's thoughts and opinions on bees? So yeah, like the first one of this series was The Veil of Bees, which was a creepy looking woman with
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, like a headscarf.
Nicolas Cage wearing it.
They were almost like a hairdo made out of bees, I think, if I'm remembering rightly. And this one is vaguely bee related as well. So it's called Queen Bee. Let me see if I can pull up the picture, because that's much better than me trying to guess at what I saw about an hour ago, isn't it? No.
I mean, if it's not got bees on it and it's called Queen Bee, they're doing it wrong, aren't they?
Yeah, it's so kind of like Tim Burton-esque artwork. Kind of creepy doll-looking woman, and then on the front of the guitar there's a picture of a bee. So this is like, out of all of those artwork guitars, this is the one that is broken the mold almost for those. This is the only one that's got artwork on the front and the back.
Okay.
They seem to be getting worse at doing that, like silver burst, whatever they call that burst. I
think it's because Adams is like, because he's had it from, I think it's from the 70s. Like his has gotten like almost like a greeny yellow. So I don't know whether they're just trying to replicate the natural wear. Maybe.
No, so I'm going to show you the picture here, and it's the actual burst itself. Look, there's no burst. It's just
just like a straight line.
Yeah, straight from one to the other. So they're getting lazier with the bursts. But you do get an additional B. So swings and roundabouts. So, I mean, in terms of spec, it's very much the same as the other ones. I think the first run of them may have had the clipped wing headstock, but then the rest of them since have got the Kalamazoo headstock, which is fine. It's got a Duncan pickup in the bridge, so Duncan distortion, and the neck pickup is an Epiphone Pro Booker. So, look, designed to sound a bit like the burst Bookers, but like the Epiphone equivalent. I mean, it's bound mahogany body with a maple cap. I mean, it's the stuff that you expect from a Les Paul, like CTS pots and orange drop caps. So it's not cheap stuff, but it's the kind of stuff that like 5 years ago you'd be getting that on like the Les Paul Pros, or the Epi Les Paul Pro.
£600 or £500.
So what do we think that this one's retailing for then, boys?
Well,
16.
Given, I would have said 13 to 15.
Yeah, you're pretty bang on there. It's 13. What was it? 13.7. Let me check, because I checked it.
They probably would have charged more, but then realised that they're charging the greenie for 1,500. So they're like, oh no, we can't really charge more for this than the greenie.
Yeah, I mean, and that's fair, Carl. So this one's 13.79 on Toman. However, there's a link to the previous version, which is the Sensation artwork, and they're still available for 11.11. So if you want to,
which is exactly the same guitar with different paintwork, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it doesn't have a B on the front, but it's slightly different paintwork.
I think the B is made out of paintwork.
Yeah, yeah, it's not real B. They've not squashed the B onto the front. And just
so can you imagine having a fear of bees or something like that, and you just playing the guitar and you go, nah, what's that? Every time you look down.
The first one would be better because there's no bee on the front of that, so you can lure the person with a fear of bees in and then just flip the guitar around and then push it in their face. Lots of bees.
Yeah. Because it's a Les Paul as well, it'll be quite weighty. You could hit them with that as well, get a real, like a double whammy of like fear and mahogany to the face.
To concussion.
So if you were looking to like assault someone with a fear of bees, potentially go for the original version, not the Queen Bee. But yeah.
Who says the Fret Talk podcast doesn't bring you like excellent customer service?
I mean, this is
great life advice, isn't it?
This is quality journalism. This is, isn't it? This is.
We need to move the podcast into like mental health coaching, like life coaching.
Oh shit!
Suicide rates skyrocket.
I don't want to be liable for the shit storm that we create after that. I'll be honest. But yeah, so Epiphone have basically released the same guitar 5 times this year. So well done.
Cool.
I mean, they have done that in previous years with Joe Bonamassa
and Slash.
Yeah. So it's not.
Funny enough, Gibson did release a new or Epiphone did release just a load of new Slash guitars. So it's funny that.
Have they again?
Yeah, of course they have, because it's been particularly quiet on the Slash front this year. So why not?
And it's Christmas.
Yeah, that's it. This one is now like Santa hat burst. So it's ready for the season.
Oh, yay.
So yes, that is our shit news of the week. I'm going to kick us off with what I've been up to this week, which mainly has been prepping for our guitar stuff of the Annum, because as much as it seems like we don't put any effort into these things at all, I mean, it's deceptively
it's the one time of year we actually try and be realistic and actually think about things.
Yeah, I mean, because like the Fret Talk group have helped us out a whole bunch, and we came to the conclusion of a couple of bits of like gear news, but it wouldn't make for a very long or good podcast if we just went, the HX1's good, and yeah, I remember that the JTMs were released this year. That'll do. So we need to make it a little bit more comprehensive than that before we come to that conclusion.
Surely the Fret Talk podcast, quote, that'll do, is just our motto.
I mean, it is. It's the unofficial motto of the Fret Talk podcast, but hey, I am nothing if not thorough. I tell the missus after 3 pumps and an early night. So yeah. Aside from absolutely like trawling through all of our like last year's worth of stuff and like my personal Instagram as well, looking at all of the releases of the year, which kind of made sense. We're gonna be putting them into 4 categories this year, which I think we did last year. Which are
I don't know if we did an accessory last year, because I was looking at that and I was like, I don't think we did that before.
Josh, you tease. You're giving the milk away before what's the
edit
say?
That out.
Wanking the cow off before the milk. I don't know.
What are you talking about?
There's that saying, giving the milk.
Wanking the cow off before.
Yeah, giving the cow a reach round before selling the cow. I don't know.
I can confirm, listeners, you are still listening to the Fret Talk podcast.
You know the idiom. Just fill in the actual real information there. Just imagine I'm not having a mental breakdown here. So we've got the four categories as one of them of which Josh has already splurged all over the podcast, which is accessories.
Edit it out.
And the other 3 are self-explanatory. We've got guitar, amp, and pedal.
Pedal that isn't an amp.
Yeah. So there's the way that we've kind of worked it is that the amp is anything that does the role of an amp. So we're talking stuff like the Boss IR. We're talking stuff like the Tonex.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the other alternative is we can talk about how much better the JTM is than that stupid Soldano from last week. Those are
yes.
Can you remember any other amps that were released this year?
Yeah, in fact I do. And I'll
VX Kraken Mark II.
I'm going to leave that one for the Gear of the Year podcast. Sorry, guitar stuff of the Annam, because you're going to kick yourself because it's an absolute fucking just quality one. However, so I've been behind the scenes working at like organising all of the shit that I should have done like incrementally over the year so that it didn't culminate in like hours of me with spreadsheets basically. But I also
she was too busy wanking off cows.
Yeah, I mean it was a tough one, but not impossible. Yeah, that was the point. Yeah. So I released a video. Well, I haven't released it as we are recording, but it will be released for you.
Don't release it on YouTube; it'll get demonetized.
Oh, it will. So the DemonFX R series R4, which is basically the Rev G series G4. So the red one. I think the green one is slightly lower gain and is a bit more subtle.
It's like a crunch. I think that's the G2. There's the red is the G3, and I think the purple is the G4. They're based off the Rev generator.
Yeah,
I think.
So the red one goes from pretty high gain to that's all of the fucking gain. So I mean that's pretty much what it is. It's 3-banding EQ, so it's really quite a tweakable pedal, and you can get like the EQ acts like an amp EQ, so you can scoop to get a slightly kind of fatter metal tone, or you can push the mids to get like a slightly more classic-y driven tone. It's really good. Like I expected it was going to be one of these where I'll play it and it's fine, but not really my bag. But I ended up getting some pretty meaty tones out of it, and it had that 3-way toggle, which is basically like the amp channels. So you had like clear mode and then red and then blue mode, and you basically like got clean-ish. Like gain crunch, but like heavy crunch, and then full on lead channel. And it's I told you pretty much straight after we recorded it, didn't I, Josh, that I think this is a pedal that is right up your street.
Yeah, I think it is. It's going to have to be one that I'll look at demoing in the future for PBOD and get thick high gain goodness.
Yeah. And just as an aside, I managed to get some beautiful flames into the thumbnail for it. It's a pretty like tasty thumbnail that I made for this one. Going all graphics design and shit on this one. It's nice.
Cool.
Yeah. I mean, gotta try, haven't you? But yeah, it's definitely one worth checking out. Even if you think, oh, it's gotta be like a stanky metal pedal, that it might surprise you. It might surprise you. There's a bit more going on. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. And I didn't expect to enjoy it quite as much as I did. Right, boys. Do we do it? Do we go straight into the big boy now?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I think so.
Because, I mean, it's already a week overdue anyway, isn't it, this news? Because it
came out just after just after we recorded last week.
It did. So it's been out basically 2 weeks by the time that this comes out. Wampler released a new variant of their Tumnus, which is quite a well-to-do pedal within the Wampler line. It's based on the Klone, but isn't really a Klone. And they decided,
which is his unique selling point.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so it's got some DNA of Klone, but
sounds nothing like it.
Yeah. So it may be that picture of a man who's got the head of a horse, but the bottom half of a man. Yeah, it's great internet quality meme.
Yeah,
but maybe it's something like that. Wampler have found a few germanium diodes that basically are the same as the original ones in the Klone. So decided to make a Tumnus that's more Klone-y. And the internet went wild.
It did.
So let's
as it is wont to do.
Yeah, let's report on it as if it's actual news. So yeah, I mean, he's using germanium diodes. It's very similar to the original, so it's just a 3-knob thing. I don't think it mentions just new old stock germanium diodes, and they are like there was an 1,000 pedal run for it basically, and yeah. They were selling for 189 euros, which is just over £160. Like, it's a little bit more than the standard Tumnus, because I think that was like 150 euros. So not much more for something that's slightly more limited edition and like interesting. Ooh.
It's in a silver box with red knobs.
It is, yeah.
And a smaller box.
No, it's the same size as the original Tumnus, was a mini pedal as well.
Yeah.
Oh, was the mini first? I always thought it was the other way around.
Yeah, it was mini first, and then they did the deluxe, which was in a normal Wampler size housing.
Yeah. So that was released last week, and so it was released on about the Thursday, and by the end of the week, they'd all sold out.
It was good, yeah,
they'd all sold out. So that would be the end of the story for it. Like, Wampler released a germanium Klone, and now they're sold out, so you can't get them. But here's where the twist comes in. You can get them, but at what price? $500, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, do you want one of these for 4 times retail?
Yeah, basically that. So some unscrupulous fellows bought up a bunch of them with the sole purpose of selling them online. And it's worked out for them, basically. There's been a few that have actually sold on eBay for $500. So easily, like, doubling the retail and some. Yeah. So we're talking now scalpers, aren't we?
Yeah, but I mean, it's pretty standard for like all of these fairly well known within the community, smaller kind of producers. We've seen it with JHS pedals. We've seen it with a few other limited run pedals in the last couple of years. And the biggest problem is not the scalpers. The biggest problem is the morons that will pay 4 times the price of a pedal for a pedal that has literally just come out.
Yeah.
Because whilst they continue to do this, scalpers are just going to be in there. I guarantee some of them scalpers don't even play guitar, never had any intention of even looking at the pedal. They've bought it because they know that it's a limited run and they can double or triple their money just by buying it and putting on reverb.
Yeah. And that's the unfortunate side of it, isn't it, really? That there will always be a market for these scalpers, because there's always a willingness. There's like that fear of missing out within the guitar community is strong. It's so strong, and you find it like even on the regular when it's not a particularly limited run. You find it with the King of Tone, where you could go you could get on a list and wait 4 years at this point, and get that for what, like 300 quid ish, something like that. Look,
something along those lines, yeah.
Not necessarily a hugely reasonable price, but more
reasonable than the eBay prices.
Yeah, because they're going for what, double? They're going for like 800 quid, and they're selling because people they've got that fear of missing out, and they also want to skip the queue. So we've got that. Like we've seen it even to a point. Like this year, we've seen it with JHS inflating the price of the Bad Monkey by
just talking about how
like creating a false scarcity with it almost, and then like the fact that he'd mentioned it, and the fact that they're not for sale anymore, like at resale. You suddenly found people who had them kicking around in the cupboard, who would have sold it like a week prior for like 40 quid, asking 700. And it's ridiculous. I mean, fortunately, the prices on those have gone down a little bit. And you found it even with like the plastic box Behringer stuff, where people would say, "Oh, like these, I've got an original Behringer, whatever it was, whatever one that Josh Hornby Skews was saying was the best ones, like the vibrato and the tremolo and shit like that." And they were trying to sell them for, I mean, they didn't go up to like ridiculous prices, but like you could pick up one of those plastic Behringer pedals for 15 quid delivered all day, every day. Sometimes it was even people begging you to take away their plastic Behringer pedal when selling it with another pedal. They go, "Oh, like I'll throw this in for free." And then suddenly they're charging like, 40, 50 quid for this now.
Yeah.
And it's just...
And I mean, the other side of it is so I've played a couple of Tumnuses. I wasn't a fan of the Tumnus Deluxe. I preferred the Mini Tumnus.
Yeah.
But the best thing about the Mini Tumnus is it didn't sound like a Klone. It sounded like its own drive pedal. And this is now sounds more like a Klone. And the internet has gone, it's Klone, and it's the diodes are supposedly new old stock legitimate diodes, and therefore it must be better. And actually, like, I don't what.
Yeah.
If you find those diodes, why not put it in an actual Klone circuit rather than a modified Klone? If you want it to sound like a Klone,
yeah.
Like, I don't understand any kind of market for this, let alone the obsessed "I'll pay $500 for it" market.
I mean, surely, like picking up your own new old stock germanium diodes isn't going to cost you a great deal. You've already got gold Tumnus. If you can't mod it yourself, surely there's someone out there who'll stick those new old stock germanium diodes in for you.
But then you won't have the red knobs and the silver box.
I mean, yeah, I suppose you won't, but that's not where the tone comes from, surely.
Well, I might not have the cherry, but I've definitely still got the box it came in.
Shit. Shit, man. Shit.
That wasn't even that bad.
It's staying in because I can't be asked. Like, but hey ho, Merry Christmas. There you go. So
everyone's a giver apart from me.
So we've reached that. It's no particular benefit to Wampler as well, because once he's sold out of his stuff, he's not getting this markup as well. So it's pure profit for the scalpers, isn't it? It's not trickling back down to the maker. However, Brian Wampler has suggested that he's going to be creating the Tumnus Deluxe in the Germanium format as well, which is like pretty cool. The fact that to kind of negate some of this scalping, he's reducing some of the scarcity of it.
But at the same time, the reason that he did a limited run of only 1,000 was because that's all the germanium diodes that he had. So
yeah,
there's something fishy going on there.
I mean, like, you can always go and buy, like, you can source some germanium diodes if you need to. Maybe he'd found like a particularly good pot of them and was like, yeah, I can use these for a run. But now he's found the fact that there's definitely a market for this. He's doing his bit to help kind of alleviate it.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, fingers crossed anyway. Because like from a company's point of view, and I know JHS has mentioned this a fair few times, is the fact that he
yawn.
But like from a company point of view, it's not their doing. Their job is to make the product and sell the product, isn't it? And what they've done is made the product and sold the product. So they're doing what they need to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's not totally their fault. Like, I guess the only thing you could say is if they potentially priced it higher but lower than what the scalpers are charging, then you might get the right level of demand for, like, to put off the scalpers, because there's everyone who gets one that wants to pay that kind of price wants one. But obviously that's then negative for the guitar community. What we really need is just these morons to stop buying them on the second-hand market.
Yeah, I think that's it, isn't it? We need people to just calm it down a little bit and stop that kind of trigger finger on the buy it now button. Just leave it a week.
We're gammons.
I mean, not personally, but
I mean, the other alternative is if these people with these smaller companies didn't have massive YouTube presence and therefore lots of teenage fanboys, the obsession wouldn't be there, and you might have reasonable people buying their pedals and therefore not trying to spend 700 quid on the used market because they're not internet fanboying. They're just buying what's good for value for money.
I mean, you're more likely to find a genie that can grant you 3 wishes of like lottery tickets.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, and what would be great is if the guitar community could just stop being the guitar community for just a second, and
it can be a guitar community, just be a reasonable community rather than a cesspool.
It does not compute.
No, your guitar pedal board doesn't have a Chiox and a Klone and a TS10 and blah 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 blah. So you are not a proper guitar player. Blah 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 blah. Elitism.
I mean, I see you've frequented some of the Facebook guitar communities before here, Josh. Speaking of Josh, what have you been up to this week, Josh?
I have a new guitar, which I think I alluded to on the last episode I was on, and it arrived, my little Harley Benton Fan Fret 7-string, and I must admit, for the price that it is, it's actually a very good guitar.
Cool.
My biggest concerns were going to be the frets. because, it depends on, like, I think I said this, have they done it on a Monday when everyone can't be asked, or have they done it on a Friday when everyone's looking forward to go home or something like that? And, very happy. I got this on must have been a happy day because the frets there was no sharp edges, there was no little, dents in them or anything like that. So the fret's actually really good.
Yeah.
The bottom edge of the nut is really fucking sharp though.
Ooh.
Like towards the high E on the first fret, that is really fucking sharp around there. Yeah. So I've had to just kind of like slightly sand the edge closest to the fretboard on there a little bit, just to take the sharpness away.
Yeah,
which was a 5-minute job. It wasn't bad. Downsides is the pickups aren't finished yet. I think in the nicest term possible. The pickups aren't great. Yeah. They're okay, but they're not great. They'll definitely be getting gutted at some point next year.
Yeah, they're okay as a stopgap, but first thing you're going to do is.
I think if you're just learning to play a guitar, you're not going to know the difference, so you wouldn't care. But if you know what you know, then they're not great. So very surprisingly, the fan frets are very easy to get used to.
Nice,
very, very easy. I was very surprised. Because, I know Matt makes fun of wonky frets and stuff like that with these sorts of things.
Weird.
I was really surprised at how easy it is to get used to them. And actually, it's really ergonomic in a way for your hands.
Yeah.
So, that's been good. Second of all, I've been continuing my pickup escapades. As you know, last time I was fiddling around with putting these Fishman Rammstein signature pickups in my RZK.
You were, yes.
I found out why the net pickup wasn't working.
Why was that?
There was a short in one of the wires.
Ah, okay.
That'll do it.
So go on, Matt.
I just said that'll do it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that'll do it. Because I was like, okay. I went through everything and I was like, okay, it's wired exactly the same as my Chapman, where both of the pickup works. I was like, okay, maybe it's the toggle switch. So I changed the toggle switches around, and it was still happening. So I was like, it's got to be a wire. So I just picked one wire at random, happened to change it, and then magically they both worked. And I was like, that'll do it.
Yeah.
I don't like the pickups after all that.
Are you still getting the problem of it being far too gainy?
Actually, no. I've come to learn to live with the gain, so to speak. Mm-hmm. I know Richard, I think I mentioned it before, Richard uses his Mesas on a crunch.
Yeah.
Which is why I think the pickups have got such a high output to kind of push that crunch channel a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I tried that and it's fine. But my God, they are so brittle sounding. They are so thin. Really, really thin sounding. And I'm thinking my normal Rammstein patch has got quite. It's not overly scooped. It's got enough in the low mids to give it some depth, but it's got enough high mids to be able to cut through nicely without being overly harsh. But with this, it is so fucking brittle and so harsh on the ears, and I really don't like it.
Yeah.
Which is slightly disappointing because when you listen to them, that's not what their sounds like. It's not brittle. It's not hot, harsh. It cuts through well in that respect. It cuts through the low end really nicely, which I get. But 2 weeks in, I'm still not happy with them.
So what are we thinking? Are you gonna keep them in and
I think what I'm going to try and do is keep them and then just modify my Rammstein patch a little bit. Maybe just take out some of the high mids just to try and eke out some of that harshness.
Yeah.
And see how that sounds. If that isn't kind of resolving it, then I think I may end up like maybe just take them out, keep them as like, you know, a kind of a collector's item, so to speak, or put the old bones back in.
Yeah, you still got the old ones, haven't you?
Yeah. So watch this space.
Yeah, definitely will do. But I mean, that's the first thing that I've heard about those Fishman Fluence pickups that hasn't been like singing their praises. So it's quite interesting.
Weird because I know a lot of people that have got them and are like, you know, I know a lot of people that have gone, oh, you need to try Fishmans. You must try Fishmans because, like, you know, everyone says of how good they are.
Yeah.
But like, I've always liked EMGs. They sound great. And I know a lot of people say they don't clean up well or they're overly compressed. And I think it's maybe that you're not using them in the right light because, you know, most people say, oh, EMG, scoop metal, dun, dun, dun. You know, some of the best sounds I've got are some of the best sounds I've got are with EMG pickups. And I just don't get what the hype has been with the EMGs, with Fishmans, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Every set I've tried 3 different sets now, and I still don't like them.
Yeah, they're just not for you. I mean, that's it. Sometimes it's just that your ears don't work with a certain brand. I've had that a lot with Seymour Duncan pickups. I've tried so many Seymour Duncan pickups, and I've always just felt, they're okay, but was never really too sold on them.
Yeah, I felt that way with Seymour Duncans. I felt like DiMarzio sounded a bit better than Seymour Duncans.
Yeah, and that's the path that I went. I went for DiMarzio's before I found Fletch. I had all my guitars had DiMarzio's in them pretty much. And then,
so yeah, I'm just going to kind of test the water. There will be a video, of course, coming with Pedalboards of Doom on it, which I've just started to film some bits and pieces for it.
Nice.
So, you know, you'll be able to hear some of the tones and you'll be able to kind of, you know, see what, or at least hear what I'm talking about with them.
Yeah. I look forward to that because I want to see this little scoop on the Fishman stuff that's not just the same everyone saying how awesome they are. I want to see some real talk on them.
I think what the biggest selling point for them is that they are circuit board printed, if I'm correct in saying.
Yeah. So the way that I understand that they work is rather than having coils of wire that are basically like an analog coil of wire, it's layered circuit boards that are basically like a coil of wire, which means that you can tap them at like strategic points.
And I think the biggest selling point with them is obviously there's always going to be like fluctuations when you traditionally making a pickup, and I think with the Fishmans is that they are going to be a lot more uniform across all of them. So like you could have 6 sets of Fishman pickups and they probably all sound the same. So if you're using them in a live setting or a studio recording, you're kind of going to have a very good baseline for that, which I think is a lot better. But, you know, if you want a little bit more, you know, kind of adaptability and colouring of the tone, and if you want to go down tone woods and all that, I think the, the traditional way of doing pickups is a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, it's worked for so many years, hasn't it? So I don't know. I've yet to try any of the Fishman stuff, but I mean, they're endorsed by people like Greg Koch, and he's got
Greg Koch. I know a lot of metal players like Devin Townsend, Tosin Abassi, Will Adler, Richard. You know, a lot of people use, and people that, you know, do music better than I. So who am I to say?
That's it. Yeah. So, I mean, it's something that I'd be open to trying. And it's not a cheap modification, is it? Because they're individual layered circuit boards, they end up being
It was the most expensive pickup set I've bought by way and by far.
Yeah, it's exactly that, isn't it? They're pricey boys. So it's a case of you having to try them in a guitar that's already out there or taking the punch.
These Richard ones are not in anything other than the Richard signature ESPs. There are no guitar shops that I know of in the Birmingham and Midlands that stock them, so there was no way of me actually being able to try them before buying.
Yeah. So it's fair cop, ain't it? Fair cop. But there you go. Right, we've got some news. We've got probably about 10 minutes left, 15 minutes left of the podcast. We might even be able to get through both bits of news. Let's do it. We're going to leave your bit of news to the end, Matt, because
that's fine.
You like this pedal
and you hate it.
Yeah,
you're a cretin.
I think Matt should lead this segment then.
No, but we'll do the Harley Benton first because it's not a Fret Talk week without Harley Benton releasing a guitar. And
is it another like acoustic electric resonator thingy bobby? Yeah.
I mean, it very much does feel like they've pulled from the fishbowl of random guitar parts. HSS, yeah. Junior. What? How could it be a junior of an HSS?
I was going to say junior means one pickup, doesn't it?
Yeah, not necessarily. So this is an ST junior, which means it's basically like a short guitar, like a student guitar. We're talking kind of early teenager down to like kind of primary school level guitar players. So like really young players who haven't built up the dexterity, who don't quite have the reach for a full length guitar. But these are a little bit different. These are. So first of all, it doesn't look shit.
Whee.
Like a lot of the little mini guitars do. They just look weird. They look like a small kind of squashed version of a normal guitar. And it just doesn't quite sit right. Whereas this one, it just looks like a small Strat, which is nice. Not only does it look like a small Strat, but it's in a matte black finish, like matte black neck as well. So like headstock and neck, all matte black, with a torque guard on it, which like torque guards, just perfect. It's shorter, but it's still got 21 frets, so it's still like a fully featured guitar. It's so the scale length of 17 inches, which is that's mental. However, to compensate for this, the guitar is tuned in a slightly different way. It's tuned in A standard. So
okay,
yeah, ADGCEA. So
interesting.
Yeah. It's
very interesting.
So it fixes some of the problems that you'd expect to have with the Squire. What was it? The Squire Mini, the Strat Mini. I think Brian May Guitars did like a mini Brian May as well. As well as Ibanez did like a mini Paul Gilbert. All of those kind of small scale length, but still expected you to tune to E standard. And what that meant in realistic terms was that you had a guitar that wouldn't stay in tune because there just wasn't enough tension on the strings. And they were really not very versatile guitars because they had one pickup. I think the mini Strats had two, maybe. But there was not a lot of versatility with it because it was just they didn't really think about it. They thought as long as it's a playable-ish guitar. Whereas this one looks as if they've really gone to town with it. It's like a 5-way selector, HSS, volume and tone, and then tuned A to A as well, so that you've got the tension that you need under the strings for it to be able to be playable. Really cool.
I played my neighbour's kids learning guitar, and he's got like one of the mini electrics. I don't know what one I think it was. It might be one of the Fenders or whatever. But I was like, can I have a quick go? Because I reckon you can make some ridiculous chord shapes because you can just stretch like so big, and some of the runs you can do on them are quite fun because you could just like utilise frets in a run that you never would normally use, which is quite good fun, I must admit.
Yeah. I mean, they can be if you can get them to stay in tune. What happened usually with those like cheaper mini guitars as well is they really cheaped out on the hardware. So the tuners were the lowest possible quality tuners as well, which was signing a nail in the coffin with like, because the scale length was too short as well for like the tension of the tuning. It just meant that tuning issues were just rife. But it looks like they've fixed that with this. And the best part of it is the kind of price that parents would not wince at. The kind of price that parents are looking to pay for a starter guitar. So it's £85. Which...
Ace?
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I thought Harley Benton are doing a bit of a service here. I mean, it is another one of those like odd fishbowl guitars where they've just pulled out random features, but they've really hit a like a nice balance here of like versatility. Like the fact that it's got a humbucker in it means that if you want to go and play some rock with it, it's probably going to be able to handle that. And then if you wanted to do something a little bit cleaner, you've got the single coils as well. So it's cool. It's really cool. I think
I'd love to. Go on.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, like, I think Harley Benton are just really thinking about the next generation of guitarists with this one.
I'd love to be a fly on the wall at some of their marketing or new product meetings. And like they just must be like people on crack sometimes, just coming out of some of these absolutely insane ideas.
Yeah,
and again, I'm like, hold on, he's onto something. Why hasn't somebody done this?
Yeah, I think the ideas are kind of wacky and outlandish, but the fact that they go, let's do this the best possible way that we can, is just so fucking cool. It's just so cool. Well done, Harley Benton, you legends. Right, we've got enough time, Matt. We have got enough time.
Matt, take it away.
Am I doing this one? Am I?
I mean, you can do. Yeah, I've got the talk about it if you want some backup. But what is the product we're talking about here, Matt?
Is it Crazy Tube Circuits? Is that what they're called?
I believe so. Yeah.
I think we've talked about them before, and I just didn't care and wasn't particularly listening, I think.
Yeah, fair.
And this it's called the High Power, and it was released this week. And the reason it caught my eye is because it's based on Dave Gilmour's guitar sound for Wish You Were Here album.
Yeah.
And that's probably my favourite album of all time.
I mean, it's their best. Like, I don't care what people say about fucking Dark Side. Wish You Here is better.
Yeah. So obviously I was like, oh, interesting. I'll go and watch a few videos. And obviously I started with Andy, the guitar geek, who we've had on the podcast back in the early days, I think.
Yeah. We've had him on.
And he came at it from a very different angle because he's not particularly a Pink Floyd fan, which made me angry very, very, very immediately.
But after you started, stop throwing fists at the screen and calm down.
Mash.
Yeah. But so I'd listened to his video, and he basically took a take of, okay, everyone else is going to do a Dave Gilmour video. I'll see what other sounds are in there.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of tones in there that are things that I've been looking for that you can't really get anywhere. It's very bright because Andy likes to set his stuff very bright, and a lot of it was quite vintagey, kind of like it reminded me of like I think he did a couple of Mark Bolan riffs and a few other sort of bits from that kind of era.
Yeah,
and it cuts through so well. And then I did go then and watch a few other videos, and it also does the Pink Floyd thing really well. And there's some people that have kind of like got it dialed in almost perfect to kind of Gilmour's tone on the record, which is great because it's like it's I suppose probably should explain what it is. So it's a dual drive, but one of them is like an amp in a box, and the other one is it a Colour Sound reissue? Is that the pedal?
Yeah. So basically, Crazy Tube Circuits, they've done this a few times. Is where they've got one side of the pedal is the amp emulation of what that artist would be using. So, like previously, they've done the Crossfire, which is the Stevie Ray Vaughan, and they've got like a Fender Blackface era amp on the one side and like a Tube Screamer on the other. This one, they've got the high watt, so like the high watt style voiced side with like your treble, middle, bass, presence, volume, master, and like your headroom kind of modes, like 100 watt and 50 watt kind of modes. And then on the right hand side, you've got the Colour Sound Power Boost Overdrive. So it goes between like a clean boost to like a vintage sounding overdrive.
And the other cool thing about the amp as well is there's also a thing for the link switch, so you could have it as like on the bright channel, on the normal channel, or basically like patched together. So you've got all that kind of capability. And it was like, for some reason they've called it like 108 and 504 or something, and it's like a 100 watt and a 50 watt version, which just call it 150 rather than 108 and 504.
Well, maybe like 100 watt going through two stacks, so eight speakers, 50 watt going through 4 speakers. But
that would be 1008 and 504.
It would be. I'm trying to make sense of it. It's just
and it does. So the key thing for me here is it's not an actual amp. So there's no speaker emulation. There's no you can't put your own cabs or anything like that. And it is a drive. It's like an amp in a box kind of drive, as opposed to actually being an amp.
Yeah, similar to the Joyo pedals that I go on about all the fucking time. The great sound and whatnot. You put it in front of an amp and it colours it.
Yeah, but the thing here is, because they know that people are going to use that amp section as kind of like the preamp into, say, your TC impulse response, that kind of thing. Yeah. They've given you the option of having a quote-unquote effects loop where you can basically just run something in between the two circuits.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you wanted to have the drive part at the start of your signal chain, have some modulation running, whether it's a reverb, whether it's a chorus or whatever, or a phaser.
Definitely a phaser if you're doing Wish You Were Here, isn't it?
Yeah. But, you'd need a bit of reverb as well.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, and you could run them between the drive sound and the amp sound to kind of get that kind of tone, or you can just use it as a dual drive pedal and have the two different sides, or one pushing the other.
Yeah.
So this is the first drive pedal released this year that I've thought, do you know what?
Yeah,
I might buy that.
Yeah, I could see myself buying it. I mean, you've pointed a flaw out in my logic, is the fact that I watched Andy's video, couldn't get through all of it because it was so piercing and grating, and I gave up there and went, this is shit. But I didn't do any other research and didn't check it, because my only experience of this pedal was this displeases my ears. So that's where my journey ended with it. But it sounds like I need to be checking out other people doing the.
I would check out a couple of other people dialing it in, like Gilmour did.
Yeah.
To hear that, like I say, don't get me wrong, it can do the really harsh stuff, and I actually quite like that. But you can dial away some of the presence and some of the treble to get it kind of... I'm not going to say it's going to be a dark pedal. It's not. But it's doing that vintage sound anyway, so it's not designed to do that. But it certainly doesn't need to be quite as bright as Andy was using it.
Yeah. Thank fuck for that. And Andy has got some demos. Like he does a fair few demos where I'm like sitting there nodding along and agreeing. I'm like, yeah, I can understand that. This was not one of those. This was one, and I just assumed that Andy had dialed it in the best he could, and I mean he did. He dialed it into something that he really liked, but to me it sounded like it was like,
and that's it,
oral cheese graters.
Whereas, I quite like that kind of really vintage, really like. This is complete opposite to how I used to be, but I actually quite like that really vintage, really kind of bright. It's not like sharp glass bright, but it's not quite. No, it's not that far from it. Yeah. And it's like I say, I could see myself running this for the 60s stuff in the set, where I need a bit more grit than nothing, and I need it to be spiky grit as opposed to like smooth grit. Yeah,
but without being ice picky. Like you can get the spiky grit out of a lot of stuff, but then you also run the risk of it being really piercing and unpleasant. I could see it working for that. Like if you're doing like kink stuff where like the guitar tones were like really present and really bright.
And that's exactly what I was thinking of. Is like we do a Kinks medley in one of the bands, and the other band does a couple of Kinks songs. So.
Yeah, shit, you've sold me on this.
Perfect for that.
Damn it. I was looking into a few of the things that they did as well, that like the crazy tube circuits, because I knew we'd mentioned them before. I don't think we necessarily mentioned the Crossfire, but we mentioned the Unobtainium, which was...
Yeah, the John Mayer in a box.
John Mayer, And there's been another couple as well, and...
That was the Unobtainium is the one where I remember us talking about crazy tube circuits and not listening to a word you said.
I mean,
because I don't care about John Mayer's tone.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I probably weren't listening to myself at the time as well. I mean, that being said, I really got on with the Nordvang DemonFX clones. I thought they sounded really good. And they're like John Mayer inspired, but it's like two low gain overdrive pedals, isn't it? So it's my wheelhouse. So I mean that's our stuff this week, and I think actually you've given me the inspiration to go check more right out on this, because I took one source and then thought I was the authority on it. I'm like most people on the internet, aren't I?
No, you took part of one source.
Yeah, part of one source,
and now you are the sole authority.
Basically, you two swapped roles for a day.
I just felt my inner cavern where like I read a headline and got instantly angry, and then based my opinions on what I thought the article said. I did that, like the guitar pedal equivalent of that. But hey ho, like we are at the end of our podcast for this week. It's been a nice kind of tidy one this week. I think we've come in just at time, which is very nice. We don't usually do that. We usually waffle on a lot more than we should. So fantastic. I'm extending a thank you to our listeners. You lot, you've made it this far. You're amazing. Internet high five to you. One of them. Thank you, Josh. I'm also going to extend a special super sexy thank you to our sponsor for this week, which is affordaboard.co.uk. Just if you are ever in the market for some cheaper guitar fun, you want to try some of those kind of boutique-y pedals, but don't want to pay those boutique-y prices, check out Affordaboard. Like, you've got just all manner of awesome guitar pedals, and like the JSA stuff as well. Like, they are boutique quality at not a boutique price. So yeah, check them out. I'm going to extend a thank you, our final thank you this week, to our Patreon backers, who, for as little as $2 a month, you can be part of that exclusive crew. We are one Patreon away from exposing our nipples on the internet.
Come on, it's our Christmas. Come on, we need a Christmas game to play on the podcast, so come on.
That's it. If you want to make our Christmas come early, it's one
and
way.
One, yeah. I mean, we can make your Christmas come never by showing you our nipples. Yeah. Forget how to come at Christmas by showing our nipples. So, yeah, just one more. If you are on the fence, spread the Christmas cheer. But we're going to extend a thank you to our current Patreon backers, who are as follows. We've got Mr. Adam Yeomans of Chef Turns Effects. We've got Mr. Andrew Bimpson of The Rising of the Lights. We've got the trifecta of Erector. We've got Mr. Hugh Erection.
Whee.
We've got Mike Oxlong.
Whee.
And Gary Golden Cock.
Whee.
We've got Mr. Ben Fletcher of Fletcher Pickups. We've got Mr. Brian Gower of the Tone Jerks podcast, the Second Button podcast, and the Off the Rails podcast. We've got Mr. Diabetes Foot.
Whee.
And finally, we've got Mr. Jason Wharton of YouTube fame and Pedalboards of Doom as well. If you want to catch me online, that's me, Mr. BudgetPedalChap. You find me at Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Threads /BudgetPedalChap or at BudgetPedalChap, depending on which one you're on. Go to YouTube, find all of the No Talk or Tone goodness. I don't even know how many episodes we're on now, but it's a long-running series. And I think for the one just before Christmas, we might have a special No Talk or Tone versus, just as a nice little Christmas treat.
Nice.
But we'll have to see if I get around to doing that one, or if I just kind of default back to it's a pedal demo. It's a bit easier, but we'll see. And Matt, where can we find you online?
You can find me at heel_MattQ on Twitter, on Instagram, and on Threads.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Threads is the home of boobs. It's finally got me.
Has it?
I've avoided it on Threads since it released 3 months ago, whatever it was. And now every third or fourth post is boobs.
I mean, you made me feel a little bit like a sex pest for a while, but I'm glad that it's finally got you. It comes to us all. And Josh, where can we find you?
You can find me at the Corona Mortis on Instagram, and you can also find me on there at Both Sides Suffer. And you can also find me on YouTube at Josh Castle TCM.
That we can. So from myself, Mr. BudgetPedalChap, from, oh my gosh, it is Josh. And from Mr. Matt Quine, say bye, Matt.
Bye, Matt.
Woo! It will be a tatty bye. And good night for this week. Ta-ra a bit.
Bye.
Bye.
Bert, the brown-nosed reindeer, he could fly as well as all the others. He just couldn't stop as fast.
We're having it. Yeah, go on. We're having it.